YouTube. What the fuck are you talking about? He sees you on YouTube. You don't think he be watching this shit?
I don't know.
Yeah, he be on YouTube. What do you think?
I don't know, but he said I was doing that.
Yeah.
I had to tell him he's a damn
liar.
liar. But I'm happy though. You know what I mean? It feels good. Yeah, it feels good. Welcome to the show. I'm back again. I had to take care of some good business. Everything is healthy. Roll you up a small one. Man, it feels so good to have your family with you, man. You know, you got you some family, man. Love them. I'm telling you, it's Blue Glove doing. I was talking to my brother, Tony Starks. He told me everything is going to be all right. Yes, sir. How y'all doing out there? Today is Monday. Today the Knicks play game 3. You know what time it is today. We are running down on them, snatching that game. The Garden, New York City. It's very exciting tonight. I took a nice rest. I took a nap. And guess what? I'm back. Yeah. How what? Tupac chilling. We chilling. No, stream wasn't buff. I was on the phone. Mm-hmm. Probably I was on the phone. Sometimes I got one main line going on 5 main lines. You heard? Welcome to the show. Yeah, this is Ahmad Rashad. Are you a Knicks fan? Thumbnail. You heard? That's all. It's Are You a Knicks fan? Thumbnail. What y'all want to know? I don't have a problem letting y'all know. I was just speaking on headquarters. Getting headquarters together. Making sure I'm aligned with my headquarters activities and duties. Okay? That's what I was on the phone discussing. And we in the trenches. Okay, what I was up to. Okay, all right. Yeah, sometimes it could do that to you. Sometimes it could do that. So we have to work that whole program different, right? Okay. We got that out the way. The Napoleon nap, huh? Fix that up. Was asking about something pertaining to the headquarters. I told them I fixed it. They asked me to go try to fix it again. So Tony Starks told me, just tell them, yeah, we're going to fix it. So we going to fix it. You know, it's all love. You feel me? You still outside with that YouTube crack money. Mm-hmm. You hustling. Okay. All right. Man. Got to stay on your square. Give me a minute. Okay, take it easy. Take it easy. Chill out. Who that, John Cena? No doubt. Mm-hmm. Relax, man. Relax. Sit down. Okay. Yeah, the conversation was heated a little bit. I had to let them know, ain't nobody running. Ain't nobody running. I'm just sorry that you got to go through this. You know what I'm saying? That's what I explained to him. You know what I mean? That's what I had to explain to him. I'm sorry that has happened. You know what I'm saying? I did all I could do. I fixed up the whole thing. You can ask my recycling family. Yep. You can ask my recycling family. They say, yo, he out here. He hustling. Mm-hmm. He put it together. You understand? Come on, lay down. Listen, hold up, man. Hold up. He hustling. Knock the chat out. I can't even see the chat. I can't even see my work, man. Uh-oh. But this is how you work through a bad day. I can't see you. Salute to my green coats and everybody out there. Wow. Just when I thought I was having it good, huh? Fixed it up, huh? But that's part of being the YouTube stream. Live at that. Now you know what we got to go through to get it right. It's a real job. Mm-hmm. And some say that it ain't. It is. You know what I'm saying? I have it all intact. Sometimes it could go behind your back. But welcome to the show. I'm still here. Had a small little odds against us, but don't worry about it. I fixed it. Ain't nobody running me off this square, man. Ain't nobody running us off the square, man. You built it too hard, man, to go down the block and lose. You heard? I messed up again tonight. I ain't charged up nothing last night. It's all good. I've taken care of some good business. Turned out all right. Let's go to the laptop. Let's see how much work we got over here. Get a lot of battery time over here. Okay. Oh wow. This was a rough one. Okay. This is a tough one here today. I'm not smoking weed, man. I'm smoking sage. It's two different. We got inhalable sage and regular sage that you light up in the world. Yeah. We hustle. Two difference. Them YNs smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? We got sage. I'm just riding with soccer, man. The World Cup kickball. No problem. I ride with all of them. Team USA right now, they hustling. Mm-hmm. No doubt. They're not going to make it. They're not going to make it. It's destined. You can't fight fate. You can't fight fate, my man. The Spurs will probably win when the Knicks is done winning championships. And the Knicks got 3-4 more to go. There's a statement we got to make. We got to become a dynasty. You see how Steph Curry dynasty crashed a little bit? But he's already a dynasty. You don't got to worry about that. He's already a dynasty. Steph Curry. He could lose 5 times. It don't bother him. His team could get traded. He still will be there. It's all good. Jalen Brunson will be a franchise player of the New York Knicks after the whole shebang. You heard? That's what's going to happen. New York going to stand in a different bracket after. The tickets is already the highest tickets in the world. We got the highest tickets. I got a billionaire friend taking me to the Knicks game tonight. Yep. I got Spike Lee. I'm chilling with Spike Lee tonight. Yeah. Spike Lee do the right thing. Season tickets all year round. I'm going in. Then I'm going to Joe Pub next door. Oh, yeah. When this noise is real. Police is setting up right now. Donald Trump is in the building. We got Donald Trump. We got the President of the United States going to the New York Knicks game. Fuck Iran. Fuck Iraq. Fuck China. Hold on. We'll finish later. Let me get to the game. That's Donald Trump. That's crazy. Ain't no president of the United States of the world went to no goddamn basketball game. They probably showed up and waved. He's going to sit the whole game. The referees better be on their best behavior. Madison Square Garden got German Shepherds, Chihuahuas, all sorts of bloodhound dogs. They New York City. Hold on. Let me tell them how you feel. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me get it right. Hold up. Let me tell you what I feel like. Hold up. This is perfect for you. On what I feel like. Okay. Hold on. Let me get it right. Get it together. Hold on. Let me get it together. All right. Hold up. This is how I feel.
The Knicks is 2 games away from winning the championship. 2 months ago, you said y'all going to win a championship. What do you got to say to all the people that doubted us?
I told y'all.
What you tell them?
Stephen A. didn't believe in us.
Who didn't believe in us?
Draymond didn't believe in us.
Draymond.
Everybody didn't believe in us. But guess what did?
Tonight, B3. Tonight will be 3.
Okay.
What's the message to Jalen Brunson?
Just a message.
Jalen Brunson.
Jalen,
You're my doctor.
you're my doctor.
You're my engineer.
You're my engineer.
You're my mechanic.
You're my mechanic.
You're my subway driver.
You're my subway driver.
You're my pilot.
You're my pilot. Jalen Brunson,
My dad.
you're my dad.
What else?
Everything I did was for Jalen Brunson.
Everything we did was for Jalen Brunson. All right, that's how we feel. Jalen Brunson, you my dad. Jalen Brunson, you my chauffeur. Jalen Brunson.
No, the Knicks was 2 games away from winning the championship. 2 months ago, you said y'all gonna win the championship. What do you got to say to all the people that doubted us?
I told y'all.
I told y'all.
What you tell them?
told y'all.
What you tell them?
Stephen A.
Didn't believe in us.
Who didn't believe in them?
Draymond didn't believe in
Let's
us.
take a Draymond.
Everybody didn't believe in us.
Nobody.
But guess who did?
Guess who believed?
Right here.
So,
What's the message to Jalen Brunson?
Jalen Brunson,
Let it
you're my
out.
doctor,
Let it out.
you're my engineer,
Let it out.
you're my mechanic,
Let it out.
you're my subway driver,
Let it out.
you're my pilot,
Let it out.
you're my dad.
Let it out.
You're my dad.
Everything I did was for Jalen Brunson.
Everything he did was for Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson, you're my dad. Okay? I love you. I saw the lady who birthed the man, right? She was standing in the crowd. One of the peoples told the lady, Miss Brunson, God bless you for having that young man. God bless you for even having a thought. The man was thanking her so much. Or she's safe. Don't you know the Brunson family can walk anywhere? Your name Brunson, you can make it. You can make it if your name is Brunson. You got the president of the United States calling your name out. He called him Captain Clutch. That's what he called him. Donald Trump said Captain Clutch, and who else he said? He said 2 names. He said 2 names, but he called out Captain Clutch. You understand? He called out Captain Clutch, man, which was an excellent move, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, mad work. Mad work. Oh, my Tennessee chin is in the building. What up, beloved? I see you, Duck Sauce. What's good? We hustling. I can't see it, stuff. I can't see it here, but I gotta look over here. This is crazy. Let me switch the channel. Jalen Brunson. Oh my Lord. I don't know what you're saying, but you Tennessee, yeah, I don't know what you're saying over here. My man hit the dollar. Who is this? What's his name? I don't care what you think. He said smoking the sage. A lot of talking about the Knicks got me really nervous. That's good. Get more nervous. Get more nervous. I need you to be more nervous. Okay? Don't run. Don't run. Jalen Brunson is my mechanic. Don't run. Jalen Brunson is my dad. Jalen Brunson is my pilot. He's my driver. We believed in him. I can't see now. I gotta keep. turn it over here. I gotta leave it here. Hold on. All right, I go right here. All right, we go right here. Good. We go right here. Oh, you defending me. Oh, okay, Floor. I can't see, man. Tell you the truth, I gotta. Floor, you get a Wakanda hug, man. Nah, G, I'm defending you. All right, cool, Cap. My fault. I got you, Floor. Hold on, Floor. I got the laptop. You know, I'm in the whole Mozart area because they took the whole thing out over here. I can't see it right here in front of us. I can't see that. All this right here does look blank. I gotta go right here. All right, Floor. My fault. All right. He'd be back in 5 minutes. Okay, let me get back. Let me get back into how it used to go. So the whole day, the whole couple of minutes before the show got interrupted. No big deal, Tim. We good. All right. Yeah, I'm sorry, son. You know, these trolls come in here every day. I got to talk dirty to them. My own team, I got to talk dirty to them. So we don't be biased. Yo, hey, you don't talk dirty to your team. I talk dirty. I was just talking to the floor. I threw them on the floor. Mop the floor. Clean the floor. Sweep the floor. And change the floor tile. Welcome to my brothers, man. Dig up the floor, man. We in the trenches. Sometimes, listen, I can't see the chat. I gotta look all around to find the work. And he wrote right here saying that he's a doom sector. So we working. Okay. We had put out a short the other day, animal recovery. Y'all saw that. It probably was that the bird was getting resuscitated. It probably was. But to me, it looked like they was trying to say it came in and did something. It looked like it was a beatdown. That video looked like it was a beatdown. It looked like she wasn't supposed to be in the nest. And they broke her down. They stomped on her wing and she fell. But she flew away after me and Sava gave her some water. I call all the synagogues that's here in America, in the city, they speak French. So instead of saying Komodali Fu, they'll say Sava. So bump into them, it's like Sava. So they know that's their now. I gave them their own name. That's their language. Because they have an Islamic name. So it'd be like you speaking French with Arabic lessons. So I'm like, well, look, man, it's Sava. Because you ain't saying what's the language out there in Senegal. It's French. Everything is Komodali Fu, Merci beaucoup. So when I see him and his friends and all the rest of them, it's Sava. And they yell out, Sava. Sometimes you'll get Merci beaucoup. I'm like, Sava bien. You know what I'm saying? Bonjour, Professor. You know what I'm saying? So big up to my man. His name is Mustafa Muhammad. They all named now. I don't know why. So I told him I'm Brother Malik. That's what I told him. Brother Malik. He like, Brother Malik. Yeah. You can call me Hamp Doom. Brother Malik. Yeah, because you can see the scientific, we don't want to deal with you unless you got something for us to deal with. That's how they think. I mean, it's abstract, but, you know, we don't got no flag. Garvey just gave us red, black, and green. They got their own flag, their own tribe, their own land. They got Africa. They don't really speak English. They understand it, but they don't speak it too good. He understands a little bit of it. You can't talk niggery to him. You gotta like hit him. Like, how's the weather today? You know what I'm saying? He understands shit like that. Did you eat? What kind of food is in synagogue? You know, they understand shit like that. I kept yelling out, yo, the Knicks. Like the Knicks, New York Knicks. He kept saying, Knicks, Knicks. I said, yeah, Knicks. Because before I asked him, I said, yo, you play basketball in synagogue? Because he's about 6'3". I was like, yo, do you shot basketball? He said, basketball. I said, basketball, you know. He's like, oh, yeah, I play basketball. I said, listen, man, you got to stop acting like I'm some type of person over here. You got to talk to me, man. You know, I bring the money here every day. We talked about the money. You got your television program inside the station. You're going to have to slap me inside the algorithm. You know what I mean? So he said, oh, yeah, New York Knicks, yeah. He don't know. I don't know what's up with him. I keep asking, how long you been here? I said, man, you don't make those people come get you, man. He said, oh, no, I think I'm on. I said, don't make those people. I think you speak English real good when the police and those people's run around. You know how to spice it up real quick. I told him that. He's a good guy, man. He's a good guy. He's cool. You know what I'm saying? He just sava. They all sava. To me, they all sava. I told him that. I had one. It was one of them. He left the car wash. He left. He said, yo, what's up? I said, yo, man, I got to hang out with you. He was down for it, too. He was like, yo, what you want? I was like, yo, I just want to smoke the weed. We can chill out, man. I said, yo, I want to learn the French. But it was Haiti. He was from Haiti. And he was Haitian. He was like, yo, I can give it all, man. I'm going to show you how to do this shit, man. Easy, too. Like, damn. He left, though, man. Every day I just see him smoke his little sage and shit. And I just yell out, yo, Ahmad Ali food. Same language for all of them. Because they all look like we all look. But I had to differentiate. Because I see the Haitians, right? I see the Savas, Senegals. They both speak the same language. But they just different people, like the Mexicans and the Argentinians. They speak the same language. Different people, right? So so it's just Sava. That's it. Then I say, where you from? That's the conversation. Where you from? He'll say, oh, I'm from Haiti. First thing I say is, thank you for my freedom. He should know what that means. Word up. And then he's from Senegal. I just say, oh, okay. Senegal, Sava. That's it. But the Haitians, I get a better conversation. They know how to initiate conversation. They know how to talk. They know how to, you know what I'm saying? Get it done. Majority of them is driving the cabs. But I think it's half and half now. My friend said they moving like the Arabs. Yeah, Pac, they moving like the Arabs in the building. They about 15 in one bedroom. Yeah, they doing like 15 in one bedroom. With tents, with sheets. All the lady said she hear them banging upward, not banging downward. She said she hear them banging up, like they coming through her floor. Because she's staying over them, they underneath her. She said she be feeling them banging up. I said, what the hell they banging up for? I said, oh, I understand. They hanging up something. They hanging up hammocks and shit. She said, oh, that's what it is? I said, yeah, that's what it is. They banging up there because they putting up sheets and beds. She said, oh, that's what it is. I said, yeah, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Me and her was at the club watching the basketball game together. I remember her telling me that story like a year back before they started coming through. So what happened is it's still the Asians running around, but back then we didn't. It used to be a lot of them. Before the brothers got it, it was I had to take them somewhere else. And tell you the truth, they machines was out of whack. You had to leave it. Sometimes I left a lot of bags, man. I left a lot of bags, but sometimes I didn't feel like bringing them back. So I worked with them. Because they give you 4. They give you 2 plastics, 1 can, and 1 glass. So majority of the times, if people don't clean it, that was a part of the problem too. You have to open up the John, stop the machine for open. You got to open it. It stops the machine. So you got to put your hand in there, grab whatever is kegged up. Majority of the times is the bottles, the plastic. They don't put it in like this. They'll put it in flat. And the machine to read it, then to try to crush it up, it's already crushed. It'll get stuck. So I got to go in there manually, pull it out, fix it. The glass was different. You have to be careful because it'll tell you glass is full. So normally, you got to open the machine, the bottom of the machine, pull the racks out. It's 2 racks. So I get a broom, I pat down the glass on 1 rack, pop, 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 I bust it up real good, and I pull it out. You know what I'm saying? Roll it out, it's got wheels. Roll it out, got a ramp. Roll it out on the little ramp it got, and push it to the side, grab the other bucket, and they grab the other, smash it, grab the other bucket, and put it. So I was doing that. So this job with Sun is different. It's count, easy. You know your 4 timetables, perfect. Everything by 4s. Everything by 4s. So, yeah. So they and the supermarkets was cheating. Whoever owned the machines, they had the machines. They was getting 25%. The store was getting, so you was only getting like 13% off all that shit. That shit was crazy. So if I paying 10, 20, 30s, or 40s, you know what I'm saying? And the thing out here in Queens is shopping carts. That's why we say what we say now. When Amy Smalls getting building, we giving shopping carts out. Because that's the problem. I remember I had a Home Depot shopping cart. I had it right on the side. Knowing that they should know. Somebody robbed. I see it floating down there. I can't say now. I'm like, look at somebody probably got that. You know what I'm saying? It's carts out here. The bigger the cart, like the bigger the money. Even if your shopping cart can handle, you got to now strategically fix it up though. You know what I'm saying? Because technically, he wants you to put 50 bottles, glass, in the bag. You got to do 50 glass, you know what I'm saying? And you can fill up plastic cans. You can fill those up to the top. You know what I'm saying? But the glass only go 50 at a time. So normally I get the box. That's 24 at a time. So boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Dump them in the bag and throw an extra 2 bottles on top of it. And that's the 50. So I make sure I do my quota. I do like 5 to 6 bags of 50s. I help them out with that. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's one payment off the glass. Then he add up the cans and the plastic. That's endless. That goes over 105 or something like that. Because they plastic. You can squish those and squeeze. So they can go like 105, 110 or something. Maybe $1.15, I think. On a good bag, I think $1. Yeah, I think I'm actually get about 115, 120. I'm not sure. I believe that's what it is. I'm gonna say 115, 120. We do it good, man, at 51 minutes. Next guy, I'm rocking my units. Exactly. I got my suit ready. I washed it. You know what I mean? I'm taking it easy tonight. I'm going to go to the sports bar to chill out. I'm going to do my same routine. I got a routine. I like to go in there at 7 minutes into second quarter. That's my routine. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks, they don't start till like 9, right? I like to get there like 9:45. I take the dog out. As soon as 9 o'clock, 8:30 come, I wait till like 8:45. I see all the previews. As soon as I see like they start running up and down the court, it's like 5, however the number be, like low number, I leave. That's my ritual. I walk the dog, take my time, walk around, give him his little walk, bring him in, wipe him down, take care of him, give him his water, you know what I'm saying? Pet him real quick, give him a bro hug, and tell him I'll be back. Keep the door cracked. And I go step outside. Then I go in. Now we second quarter. It's like maybe 17:25. Last time I remember it was 17:25. That was like the number. You know what I'm saying? I went up in there, 2 beers, sat down, took my time sipping my joints. You know what I'm saying? Stand up a little bit, point to the TV like I'm the coach. Do my job. I'll be like, yo, over there. You know what I'm saying? Then after that, I sit back down, relax, and then it be people coming to the table, hanging out. I don't know. They just like, yo, what's up, man? Can you sit down? Cause that's my table empty. Hey, all other tables be packed up. So first one's first serve, right? So I share my table, and they put, yo, have some of this, have some of that. They order their stuff. Like, yo, take some. I'm like, nah, I'm cool. They're like, nah, take some. What kind of beer you drinking? I don't care. I tell them I don't care anyone. They get a bucket, they chill out, take one. All because they needed a table. And I provided the table. I get there, you know what I'm saying? Because they like to get there around late. They close at 4 anyway. So they hang out till like 4. They play. I don't play pool. So they play their pool, whatever. I just watch the game. I got the whole table. You know what I'm saying? So we hustling. Let me fix that up because I don't like that emoji. You wouldn't even know what they gotta fix that. YouTube gotta fix that. It's orange and blue skies, baby. I'm all right. I'm all right if you asking. Everything is all right. I just feel a little disoriented, a little that something took place. And I took care of it like 5, 6 times. What can I do? There's something behind the scenes messing with my situation. I told the person that. I said, there's something behind the scenes, man. You want me to go down there and do what? I did it. Word up. I did it. Without a problem either. I don't know. It's out of my hands once I took care of it. Yeah, it's out of my hands when I took care of it. Started 60 minutes, so that's practically an hour. And I lost a few minutes, so they're going to take that. Yeah, we can't show no mercy. Tonight is no mercy. They are right. We have to tell them that they are going to lose, man. You understand? We have to tell the San Antonio Spurs that you are going to lose tonight, no matter what you do. They have to feel that. San Antonio has to feel. They have to know that we just coming to play basketball. They're going to win. It ain't no stand up, fight. You could do it. We believe in you. Come on, alien. Come on, Victor Yama, Kumbaya, whatever your name is. We don't even know you. Your voice doesn't match your skin color, boy. Nope. You okay over there? You good? All right. You okay? All right. Good. You all right over here? All right. Good. Okay. Good boy. Take a little bit, give it a minute. We got everything here. All right. All right. Stay hydrated. Let me tell you something. This the Knicks year, man. Yep. And you're going to be like, oh, don't, it's a fluke. They may not do it next year. Oh, nah, this is it. See, when you got somebody that figure it out, a team, you only get dynasties every few years. Knicks is on the way to becoming a dynasty after this series and finals. Just remember I told you that. You understand? Trump paid almost $1 million. He the highest paid ticket right now. Madani just paid off of New York tax money $8 million. The tickets in New York City is at a high rate right now. Somebody got slashed and stabbed at Penn Station last night. A ticket holder got stabbed and 5 was injured. A ticket holder. He was out there dancing, selling Knicks tickets, scalping, and he knifed. He got hurt, but he stabbed 5 people. A ticket holder and a scalper had an argument. Somebody wanted to sit close to the referee, and the ticket was at $15,000. Celebrity Row. Celebrity Row got that whole row. It's like Death Row out there. New York City got Death Row written off. We had an hour on the show, Impo, at Death Row, Celebrity Row, Impo. We hustling. Talk dirty. It's almost ain't nothing rigged. Stop saying that. When you was a Michael Jordan fan, you ain't say that shit. Shut up. The Knicks' destiny is 2026. This is it. A good coach who been around the league 5 times. Shut up. You go to the store for that. I'm sending you to the store. You go to the store for that. Where's it at? Put them on timeout. You go to the store. Ain't nothing rigged because you're a fan of San Antonio. Ain't nothing rigged because you're a fan of OKC. Ain't nothing rigged. Stop that. The NBA is the NBA. The heart, the play that I wanted more than you. That's what the fuck it is. It ain't no they want the Knicks to win. What the fuck is you talking about? We got fucking no injured players. That's fake to you? Is that fake? That everybody on the Knicks understood their regimen of playing time so they could survive to the time that they in right now with no injuries? Ask Google. Ain't no injuries on the Knicks. We healthy as a motherfucking ox. HAMP oxtails. You gotta stop. Sometimes I think that you're slow. You ain't say that shit back in the days when the Knicks was losing. Before they got Brunson and them niggas. You ain't say that before. When they had a bad coaching staff with Derek Fisher. Remember him? They had Derek Fisher, the coach of the Knicks. That bum. But he got 5 rings with the Lakers. He couldn't do it. They didn't respect that bum. They had Isaiah Thomas, another NBA champion. He couldn't do it. That bum. He had Phil Jackson, who used to play for the Knicks. He got a ring. He couldn't do it. That bum. Casey Jones, Don Nelson, Pat Riley, which was only a pickup game with that bum. He ain't play no basketball. Hubie Brown. You understand? I remember I got 50 years of the Knicks, nigga. I deserved this championship along with them. My daddy and my mama saw the first 2. It's my time now. My daughter is here to see it, and my son is here to see it. Now we got history together now. The Knicks is doing this for my daddy, who ain't here. The Knicks is doing this for my mama, who's not here. The Knicks is doing it for all the fallen soldiers who died in New York City. All they saw was the fucking championship of the Giants. And I remember one nigga, he ain't see that. He saw the 86. And he was a young nigga when he heard them niggas won that championship in 86. I was 75. I was there. I was 9. I think I was 10 or 11. And I think Kurt Rambis, did he have a little stitch with them too? Whoever helped coach the fucking Knicks, they ain't do what Mike Brown did. That's it. We got a black head coach now, nigga. Now what's probably should happen is Mark Jackson should come back. Mark Jackson should come back. That's who we missing at the Garden right now. We missing Mark Jackson. We got everybody else we seen. We missing Mark Jackson right now. See, Mark Jackson telling everybody, like, y'all know, fuck y'all. He's saying that because he tried all his life. But Mark, come back, Mark. Don't do us dirty, Mark. Come back to the Garden, Mark Jackson. Come back to the Garden, man. Let the Garden see you. You was the greatest point guard, too. Your name got to be in the resonance of Jalen, too, because y'all both was light-skinned. Y'all both was light-skinned. Jalen from New Jersey. You from New York City, Queens. Huh? Come back, Mark Jackson. I'm going to have to put you in the, matter of fact, let me do it right now. Let me put you in the algorithm right now. Let me go to the studio and hashtag your name right now. Let me do it in the short. Let me help you out. Let me help you out. Mark Jackson. Okay? Let me help you out. That's stage 1. Mark Jackson, Knick fan. Love hip hop. That's it. Just a Mark Jackson Knicks fan. That's it. Hashtag. You heard? Get in the game, Mark Jackson. Don't run. Nobody saying nothing about Mark. Mm-hmm. Nope. Nope. Yeah, let's spice it up a little bit. Mm-hmm. That's who we missing. Mark Jackson. Everybody done spoke on the Knicks. Everybody done said they peace. Everybody done said they happiness. We missing Mark Jackson. I think some of them old. You know what I'm saying? I gotta keep it here. I can't even read. Yeah, early. We had a few of them. Don't they on their way. Some of them passed away. You know what I'm saying? They on their way. Mm-hmm. Now what's gonna happen is all the Knicks from back in the days is flooding the Knick organization of the team, giving them playbooks. And it's so strategic to have a standard of college players playing together. First in history. Some teams did it, but it wasn't like how it is now. It probably was like, yeah, but he on the opposite team, but they played. I'm not sure I seen all three of them. No, if they said it was in the 60s. I think it was the Celtics that had three team from the same team of college. So the Knicks is the second team to do it in history. So this is like amazing. The NBA probably wake up. The owners probably wake up. NBA been said it's okay if that's what y'all want. You know what I'm saying? You can bring the whole starting five from college, throw them on your team. They don't mind. They equip. Let them run. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let them run. Let them run. Mm-hmm. Nah, that wasn't the thing. I knew that was wrong. What the hell? They trying to mess up the John over here. Let me go back over here. I saw that. Nobody ain't even seen that. That's how foul the team is out there. We fix that up. So what? That's how it go. Well, so far, James Dolan understand the program. He wore an orange blazer. He had an orange phone. You know what I'm saying? He was talking real good. He got Ben Stiller trying to keep him in the still. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be all right. You know, the owner could be there. Let him talk his shit. You You know what I'm saying? James Dolan is just there as a fan. You know what I'm saying? He been doing this shit for years. He go to the game. He don't say nothing. That's one thing we like about James. They just told him no more broke down machinery. They stood up to him. See, they let whoever talked to James, they had to tell James, look, James, no more white coaches. No more this. No more that. You ain't see no Knicks players get in trouble. Why? Because he gave them free. The other Knicks players was getting in problems because it was too much strict restrictions. So why not have all the Uber Eats and all the lifts and the Ubers pick you up to drop you off, and all you gotta do is flash a James Dolan card at the club of any New York. There's over 30,000 clubs, 50,000, 60,000 bars. However, New York is a main attraction. Big, great buildings. Buildings you walk by, wouldn't even think a superstar is in that building until you come outside, until you realize who's standing there with cameras. You're like, oh, there's something out here going on. Let me just see. And you'll see what's going on. They see these people every day like the store, so they talk to them. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be quick. I ain't on that type of time, but I'll stand out. I got max. I'll be like, yo, they be like, yo, doing? Like, yeah, what up, son? I get a quick one. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I'm fast. I'm quick. I understand the program. That's the same thing I got my fans out there. They come outside. Yo, doing, what up? My green coats. What up, family? What up, baby? You know what I'm saying? Hit them with what you call it. Everybody else. Security guy look at you real quick. He good. Yeah. Feel me? So James Dolan gotta be there. James Dolan ain't getting no trouble. I ain't seen him in no scandals. All they just said was he should do this. He kept his mind on his New York Knicks, and he knew this day will come. And I'm happy to see James Dolan because he's been around for a long time. I ain't seen him do nothing. If nobody didn't want to play, he didn't fight them to stay there. He didn't fight them to stay there. Nobody talked bad about Jay. He just said it ain't working out. I gotta let you go. No hard feelings. That's beautiful letdown. Hey, look, it ain't working out. He ain't gotta say the team said this, coaching staff said this, the organization said that. He'll hear all that, and he'll make the final decision. He'll go to the person and say, hey, it ain't working out. I appreciate your business. Hey, you never know. Down the line, maybe so. But right now, I gotta let you go. All right? Nobody that James Dolan fired said nothing bad about James Dolan. Nobody. They just said they didn't think. So he took a collective vote. And he was cool with the collective vote. And he was so smooth with it. He didn't tell people about it. He didn't say, well, this who said it. So you can have a vendetta against them. He said it was just him. And the way he presented it, he took you to lunch. It was dinner. You probably had a good breakfast. All I know is that you ordered everything on whatever menu. Matter of fact, he knew what you liked 3 weeks ago. He had your personal chef put everything together. Plane trips, whatever you got. You got all your menu. Got it all in one shot. You were so full that night, you couldn't even think past go. All you heard was, does it taste good? He give you all your accolades. He don't say nothing about your lost games and how it should have been strategically played this way. He don't say none of that. that after he feel like it's time for him to go be at the bar to play his guitar, James Dolan I'm talking about, he'd be we have to let you go. After he tell you about the prospects that's on their way, or he tells you that it's a possible that it's a championship running team, but you're not the right coach. He tells him that. He tells him that. He tells him that. James Dolan is the greatest owner of basketball operation of the New York, the greatest owner. I ain't never seen nothing like it. All we kept hearing from James Dolan was how he signed bad, broke down machinery. This time, you can't say that. You can't say you got injury-prone players. You can't say that now. This is destiny and dynasty. The Knicks will become a dynasty after the championship tonight of beating them another 2 more games. We are a dynasty. We're going to keep the same core and work around everything how it work. If it don't broke, to tune it up. Spike Lee, you was disappointed me on the news today. You act like you couldn't speak. You wasn't articulate from Bed-Stuy. You sounded real dumb. You wasn't getting at all. You had all the flavors. She asked you about your laundry. You said, "Oh, it's over here, it's over there. All my Knicks clothes is here, is over there. It's a bar downstairs from my office. I go there." What bar? Huh? Spike Lee, you're a bum. You better start doing the documentary right now, Spike Lee. You better start getting up on it right now, so that you can have an up. Don't let Netflix steal it. Okay? Don't let Netflix steal it. Okay? Don't you do it. No. Don't let Netflix steal it and talk about they give it a, what they call that? See, I remember the videotape back in the days. From Models, I used to buy, man. Big up the Models. I used to go there they used to have the tapes. It was nothing but Michael Jordan's, or that's who was at the dynasty level at that time. You know what I mean? So it's like we got a dynasty. Yeah. We got a dynasty. And I don't want no one to say they got the guy too. At least 5 people were stabbed at Penn Station. Yeah, they're not playing. The ticket holders ran down on that dude.
At the Garden tonight. Hi, everyone. Welcome to First Take. Shay Cornett, Jay Williams, Mike Wilbon, Stephen A. Smith.
Hey.
He's like, out of his chair.
What's going on? Everybody good?
Good.
Everybody good? You good? I love everybody. I just want to say, I love everybody. You understand?
I'm glad we have video.
No
evidence of
this.
No, you need to be locked in.
I am locked in. Okay. I'm very locked in.
There it is.
Take them out. This is it.
You're in an awfully good mood.
Let's not go back. We ain't trying to go back to San Antonio. We ain't trying to go back to San. I love Texas. Texas is a nice state for the most part. But damn it, I ain't trying to go back to San Antonio. You understand? Game 3 is tonight. Squash. You stomp, you take care of business, and you send the message. No, we ain't going back to San Antonio. That's what you do.
Well,
That's what you do.
we're going to see what happens at the Mecca tonight. That's why Madison Square Garden, they are hosting their first finals game since 1999, and it's going to be rocking. To get in the door around 5K with lower level around the $20,000 price range. The Knicks won game 2 by 1 point, left San Antonio with a 2-0 series lead. The series is now here in New York for games 3 and 4. So now we ask, what do you expect from the Garden tonight?
We'll get to the president and his presence in New York later. So we're going to start this off in a very good mood. Here's what I expect. I expect the Garden to be shaken. You understand what I'm saying? The roof is unstable. That's what I expect. I expect noise to be reverberating, not just inside Madison Square Garden, but throughout the streets of New York City. I expect the San Antonio Spurs to be nervous about coming out of their hotel rooms. There ain't no walks in Central Park.
I said this before I even turned it on. I said they are nervous. You got to keep them nervous. If he said the city gonna have them scared, they got no alternative but they gotta fold. Nothing gonna happen for them Spurs tonight. They're gonna play basketball. Let's not get it twisted. The Spurs are gonna play basketball. They're not no slouch. All right, you slip. When somebody slip, you get disattached, pity patch. Men mice will be on the sticky track. So in all actuality, you understand? They can play basketball. But tonight, it doesn't matter. Nah. The job is to put the pressure down.
Ain't no restaurant visit. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't none of that. You understand? They got to sit up there and send 3 buses and you can't know which bus the team is on. It's that kind of thing. I expect that kind of atmosphere because the presence of New York is expected to rain down upon these young pups that are going to win championships in their future. San Antonio's got a very, very bright future. It just ain't right now. This is the time. You won the 2 games in San Antonio. You're on your home turf. They don't know what the Garden is. People just don't understand. They just don't understand. You understand? This is different. You understand? They are going to come inside Madison Square Garden and they are going to feel the palpable effect that you are supposed to feel when you are a visitor coming to Madison Square Garden and treated with the hostility visitors deserve, especially during the championship round. This is it. This is it right here, baby. You close the deal. You sense it. You understand? No mercy. You pounce on them and you let them know from Jump Street. You in a different setting. This ain't Oklahoma City. You understand? This ain't Phoenix. This ain't Houston. This is New York City, baby. You got to sit up there and understand. Make them feel the weight of the world raining down upon them. And you familiar with these rims? Mikal Bridges, you see the way Mikal Bridges been playing? I ain't got nothing to say about it. I don't mind those picks giving up for him now. Don't bother me. I don't have the way he played the game, too. Keep that up. OG Anunoby, keep that up. Mike Brown's coaching exceptionally the way he is. Keep it up, my brother. Jalen Brunson, find your shot. Find your shot. You've been closing. Damn it open, okay? You've been closing, but damn it open, all right? Carl Anthony Towns, close. You ain't been scoring. You're as great as you've been. MVP right now. You ain't been scoring in the 4th quarter. Let's erase that tonight. Let's have everything rain down upon them the way it's supposed to happen. And let's be one game, 48 minutes, 48 hours away from the first championship in 53 years for the New York Knicks. That is the message that needs to be sent to them.
Where is communion next? Is there a plate to pass the offering? Says Reverend Stephen A. I'm looking for a choir. I'm looking for a choir. Where are we?
No, Reverends don't look this good. Reverends don't look this good, but I got you.
See, Stephen A. He's done all this. And if he thinks I'm gonna be his amen course, he's known me.
You know I know
too long. And by the way, so I need to establish once again, the guy leading your team is the Chicago boy, Jalen Brunson.
That's right.
You know what? Mike Brown is a guy, as a coach, that I've gotten to know for years.
Yeah.
And he has earned his stripes.
Yes,
and not just in terms of what he did other places, but also this year in New York. And Karl Anthony Towns is one of my favorite players in the league to root for in the recent years. All of them with Minnesota until just recently, a couple. So I find the next Josh Hart, a DC kid who played at Sitwell Friends against my son's rival high school. They're just so many easy people to root for. Now, I've been in Madison Square Garden for more big games than he has.
Yes, you have.
And you know what most of them were? He talked about visitors and not welcoming. Tell that to 23. I'm talking big games with this is not the first night the Garden roof and the floor gonna shake. They've shaken before because I've been in there.
It's not like this.
You know what? We'll see.
like this.
That's well, okay. You can promise that.
Yes.
What we have historically to go on is the Knicks have been tight in some of those big games. Huge games with a championship on the line. Maybe not a championship game, but since May 8, 1970, the Knicks have had a lot of opportunities in Madison Square Garden where they failed. I don't know. I'm not a New Yorker. I don't know if there's a connection between that sort of tension and not performing up to level. You guys have grown, you covered it, lived here, grew up here. You have a sense of that. I'm curious. I want to see how the Knicks react. I think the Spurs might have a little less pressure on them tonight because they're sort of, nobody expects them to win except them. And so that's not the case in games 1 and 2, where they have all the pressure. The Knicks are the favorites. They should be the favorites. They should go up 3-0. I'm going to wait and see.
All I want to say, Mike, is off your point. Think about how the narratives have changed. When we were coming into the NBA Finals, I say, is this Victor Wembanyama's league? Is he, we haven't seen a player do this since LeBron. Who's coming out of the West? It's theirs. There was a lot of pressure on a team like San Antonio, who had never been there before, who was inexperienced, even though they did beat OKC. The emotional release that you saw when they beat Oklahoma City, a lot of people like Kevin Garnett was like, damn, y'all win a championship already? Like, their steps toward success. Now think about everything pivoting back. Now it's New York in 4. It's our championship. I know everybody's face is locked in, right, on the Knicks team. But everybody else around here talking about, like, this thing is already over. They ain't going on. We ain't going back to Texas. We're going to get this thing done in 4. All I'm saying is there's nothing better as a player than a dream. And that's how you think about it if you're the Spurs. He said something earlier on Get Up, which is great. It's the Spurs against New York. There's no better place I'd rather be at than it's me against a whole city. It's me and my dudes, because it's going to force us to come together. And there's no better moment for a guy like Victor Wembanyama or other players to quiet down the crowd. We've seen it happen before at Madison Square Garden.
Respectful. First of all, a couple of things. In all seriousness, this is not over. I know that. We should all know that. The Spurs are a damn good basketball team.
I just said that too. Spurs are very good. I know, but it's still got to be destined.
In fact, they spent pretty much this entire season being better than the New York Knicks or anybody else outside of Oklahoma City. Even when the Lakers were on a tear, winning 15 to 16 and stuff like that, with Luka averaging 40, the Spurs didn't budge because they had won 26 to 28 games. You understand? They were locked in as a number 2 seed. We know how elite they are in all seriousness. Please understand, if you're a New York Knicks fan, the Spurs could roll up in here and beat this team. This is not a joke. These brothers are real, and they're young, but it's that youth that I'm talking about. You see, when you talk about stop bringing yourself up, many people don't compare to you. Many people weren't the dog that you were. You understand what I'm saying? You walked into the arenas, you were smiling before.
They were smiling before. Smiling before. Yeah, he said the same. McDoom, Stephen A. is not a Knicks fan talking like that. Well, McDoom, let him talk. He's a high-paid man to talk that talk. He got excited. We understand that the Spurs, but not tonight. The building will shake. To see, before, no president came to no Knicks game. That was before. No president came to no Knicks game. This is different. We got the United States President Donald Trump coming to the game tonight. So this is it's a different vibe. It's a different vibe to win. Yeah, we putting them in shopping carts out here, man. Trump is from Queens, which is New York. Trump is from right out here, Jamaica Estates. He up the block from my house where I live at. All you gotta do is walk like 3 to 4 blocks behind. You'll see Jamaica Estates. You'll think the mafia live out there. It's a fact. Man, salute. Yup. It's a fact. Donald Trump right there. There's been plenty of times I saw Donald Trump. I just didn't say nothing. Easy work. It was during COVID or some shit. I had to go to a building to deliver some food. I was working for the supermarket. You could tell because there was pretty fancy cars out there and shit. But that area is known for that. So I saw him. He ain't say nothing. I just said, Mr. President Trump. Just said, Mr. President. He's like, how you doing? I was like, what's up, brother? Yeah. I understand Michael Wilbon saying what he's saying. See, this is the naysayers that we got to fight against. The Knicks ain't trying to win the championship. Not only to win the championship, they're not really trying to win it for themselves and for the fans. They really trying to silence the naysayers. Like, why you just can't give us our credit? What you wanted, OKC? The floppers? You wanted them to get in the game so you could praise Gildress SG for what? You already yelling out, he's the face of the NBA. Nah, Jalen Brunson want to take that away. He want to be the highest franchise player of the Knicks, of New York, of just NBA, period. How many times the Knicks gave franchise player money to, and they just fucked the money up? You got a franchise player say, I want him. I want to put my money all over there and let them play. You know what it feels like? To wake up knowing that you get ready to get $3 million. It's already in your account. You ain't got to worry about how much you spend. Just keep your receipts and protect your identity. They got Uber Eats. They're not social mediable. They do it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? They get a lot of hits, a lot of clicks, a lot of views. It's the naysayers, man. That's who we after. I remember they used to say the same thing about Michael Jordan when he was winning his first champ. This wasn't like this in his first championship. I think they started talking about Jordan after the rivalry when Michael Jordan beat the Detroit Pistons. See, it wasn't no rivalry. It was just people playing basketball. Like when the Eastern Conference was the Eastern Conference, the Chicago Bulls knew automatically that they have to run up against the Detroit. It wasn't all what you see today. The shit was easy, and it was different games. So it ain't rivalries. See, the Knicks got better through time. Michael Jordan got great because he had to go through 9 years of Detroit Pistons. 9 years. He had to go through the Detroit Pistons. Huh? Now, who's the Knicks rivalry now for New York? Should be Philly. Should be Boston. It should be somebody for next year because if they do what they did this year, then the East is the Knicks again. It ain't no more, I don't like this team. It's, we got to play this team. That's different. Back in the days when we like, yo, I don't like this team. Let's go out there and fuck them up. That's the talk back in the days. It ain't it's today talk is, let's go play this team. Let's play right. Back then, Knicks ain't worried, well, a little bit, but we ain't worried about the referees. If it was in plain sight and it wasn't called, cool. Now how many times Michael Jordan went to the hole and got damaged? See, this is different. Tell him, Pop. Stop it, I got him. I got him too, Pop. Yup. This is different, man. I remember they said the same thing about Jordan, but they didn't say nothing, though, like this. They just kept saying, when the Bulls met the Lakers and they lost 4-1, Pac definitely excited for tonight. I just can't bring him to that sports bar like that. He mess around, go crazy. So the Knicks was just like, the Bulls was like that to the Knicks. When the Eastern Conference came and Patrick Ewing had to meet the Knicks, they played everybody. They whooped on everybody. They knew they had to meet Chicago. And they knew that was, we get Chicago, we out. And the Knicks tried. They couldn't do it back then. It was Chicago time. Chicago went back to back. That was like when the second season came and everybody was fresh. I think the Bulls didn't make no players change. I think they kept everything the same for that second ring. I think the third ring, they started moving players around. But they kept everybody. AIP to Stacey King, man, he just passed away. The Knicks center. The Bulls center. You know what I'm saying? He got 3 rings with them. The first ring, he got 3 rings with them. Word up. So, and then they had to meet the Trailblazers because the Bulls' second ring was easy. They ran through the East like nothing. They didn't care if Isaiah was there. They started breaking up after they lost their second ring and they couldn't three-peat. That was their goal, the three-peat. They couldn't come back after that. Michael Jordan, they couldn't come back after that. They came back later with Larry Brown. They got theirs later with Larry Brown. I think they got 4. I think the Detroit Pistons got 4, right? They got 4. They got 2 with the Bad Boys, and they got 2 with Larry Brown, right? I think Larry Brown got 2 with them, right? I think they went twice. That was it. But the point before that, it was the Blazers and the Bulls. Mike ran through them. It was a tough series. Then after that, he met Phoenix. See, Mike didn't stop after that. He wanted to break the curse. You got to break the 2-peat. You got to go for a 3-peat. Nobody thought that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're talking about the first 3-peat right now when they met Phoenix Suns. They met Lakers, Blazers, Phoenix Suns. You understand? Sonics, and twice Utah. Utah is the only team in the West that showed that they wanted to get there twice. AIP Jerry Sloan. It was the only team that really didn't want. They made it they bet because every West that met Michael Jordan didn't come back except Utah Jazz. Big up to Karl Malone. He couldn't believe it. He said, "What? They beat us like this? We gotta go see him again." Karl Malone made it his business. Even when the Super Rockets got the Super Rockets, but everybody ganged up on him. Mike took it back to them. He said, "What? You came back again?" Mike respected Karl Malone. Yep. Yep. You name the team that met them again for the ring again in today's time. Besides the last dynasty of the Golden State Warriors. They even took my thing. I don't even got it here. Hold on.
Parloff was instrumental. The NBA has evolved so much over the past 80 years. When the league started, the 3-point line, no, and even the MVP award didn't exist. In stark contrast, the 2026 version of the NBA is much more energetic. It's a much more popular league now. Athleticism and shooting dominates the league, and it's now been filled with a good old interesting history that we could talk about nonstop. But these rules would not have been if it wasn't for the role of commissioner. The NBA's commissioner is basically the league's president, and naturally that comes with a lot of responsibilities. Commissioners manage and balance various categories like contracts, authority, popularity growth, operations, and business and strategy. Their leadership is making one horrible move and the league's reputation could be tarnished, or vice versa. One amazing move that changes the league forever. Likewise, no commissioner is perfect. Let's take a look at the history of the commissioner of the NBA, spanning 80 years, 5 separate commissioners, and those major changes along the way. Stick around and enjoy the lore. Day in June 6, 1946. One particular person is appointed to a brand new league that was being worked on for months now. It was called the Basketball Association of America. That also means they become the first person in sports history to lead 2 leagues at the same time. This is Maurice Parloff, Commissioner number 1. Born 1890 in the Russian Empire, Parloff was instrumental in merging the BAA and National Basketball League, or the NBL, into the NBA in 1949. He had excellent organizational and administrative skills, being able to give the league a fast head start. He helped cause frequent landed their first national TV contract with Dumont in 1953, and improved overall chemistry by being fair to all teams and owners regardless of power. For 14 years, Parloff was the NBA's heart. Along with those skills, he also made many rules that we take for granted today. In 1954, after a series of games in the early leagues that were so low scoring it looks like a glitch, including the famous 1918 game with the Pistons versus the Lakers in November of 1950, Parloff entered the 24-second shot clock, designed to prevent stalling and infinite foul cycles where teams regularly averaged an insane amount of fouls per game, which made the game look very boring and unpleasant to fans. In 1953, Parloff was notable for permanently suspending 32 players that were involved in the CCNY point-shaving scandals 2 years prior, and of those 32, Alex Groza, who was only able to play 2 seasons because of the suspension. Groza had averaged over 20 points and 10 rebounds per game in those 2 seasons. Averaging 2010 is now reserved for some of the greatest NBA rookies today. Besides the game 2026 is a harder-to-accomplish achievement than it was 75 years ago. Parloff stepped down in 1963 in the middle of the Celtics dynasty, and by the time he stepped down, his efforts were more than enough for the sport to prosper. He was elected to the Basketball Hall of Fame in 1974, the American Hockey League Hall of Fame in 2011, 22 years after his death, and lived to the old age of 95. Until 2022, the MVP award even honored Parloff. Succeeding Parloff was Walter Kennedy, who right off the bat aimed to be much more aggressive. Kennedy became iron-handed, letting everyone precisely where he stood on issues. It didn't take long for Kennedy to step into action. One of his first moves was fining Coach Red Auerbach $500 for misconduct during a preseason game. At the time, it was the largest fine ever given to a player or coach. In 1969, when a referee called off a game-tying basket in the Bulls vs. Hawks game, claiming the buzzer had sounded when in reality there was only 1 second left, the general manager of the Bulls, Pat Williams, sparked up a protest which held, allowing for ordering of the continuation of said game to the second of the call-off. Throughout Kennedy's reign, he helped further expand the league. When Parloff left, there were 9 teams. Stabilized, but clearly there was more waiting. When Kennedy left in 1975, suddenly that number increased to 18. The league's income skyrocketed, attendance and viewership exploded, and instead of initially being known as the president, and like with Parloff, Kennedy's title was changed to commissioner in 1967. Speaking of the word like, Kennedy has his own award honor to his name, the J. Walter Kennedy Citizenship Award, given to the player who showed the most outstanding service and dedication to the community. Kennedy retired a year before when the NBA had a second major merge with the ABA. Our third commissioner is much more well known than the previous two, and O'Brien had a massive political backstory. He was a political powerhouse who served as Postmaster General under Lyndon B. Johnson and was the White House's director for legislative affairs for JFK. O'Brien was appointed commissioner in 1975, and he oversaw that second merger. He was able to negotiate yet another national TV contract with CBS, and in only his first season as commissioner, he was named Sportsman of the Year by the Sporting News. When PR issues arose with the merger, O'Brien had a solution. He pushed for an am I allowed to say this on screen or on YouTube? An anti-D agreement with the NBA Players Association so the league's image could be improved. Traveling 3 years later in 1979, the three-point line was finally introduced after being used by the ABA. It was initially seen as a gimmick at first, and players didn't do many attempts for 3PT. But later on, as the league evolved, it has become a staple of the game we all know and love. You can't see a game today without watching someone hit from 24 feet away. O'Brien witnessed as two collegiate superstars with excitement from all over the U.S. came to the league, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. Their rivalry together truly sparked during the famous 1979 NCAA championship game, and as it continued for the next decade, the NBA went from a regional sport to a worldwide phenomenon. As the league was transforming, O'Brien came up with yet another brilliant addition to their rulebooks, salary cap. Added in 1983, it was the first cap of its kind in all sports and saved several franchises from bankruptcy while creating parity. But O'Brien's time at the top of the mountain was short. He served 9 years, just short of a decade, before giving up the keys to the longest tenured commissioner in history, one who spanned 3 decades and 7 more different eras. One of his first national appearances would come in a super stacked draft class, and his name, David Stern.
This is exactly.
So the question to your answer, or the answer to your question on why the Bulls didn't play Hakeem Olajuwon in the first, we had a long commissioner, David Stern. He was dirty. He was dirty, man. You know what I'm saying? He was real dirty. You know what I'm saying? He kept the Knicks from out of the playoffs, too. He kept the Knicks from out of the getting the ring, too. Larry Silverstein is just like him. He act just like him. You know what I'm saying? These guys, he looked like a Texas head anyway. Like his family got a rig out there in Texas land. He looked like he's some type of entity from over there. Every time we saw him in the stand, because he was cheering and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
How David Stern created with his final first-round pick.
Look what he did. His first round.
If you're an NBA fan, you most likely may have grown up with David Stern as commissioner. In the 3 decades he served, he made arguably the most important changes of all the leaders in history. For the 1985 draft, Stern proposed a lottery system. After years of accusations suggesting that teams were tanking on purpose to get the first overall pick in the coin flip era, the lottery system made things more unpredictable and more exciting. The proposition would allow the 7 teams that missed the playoffs to all have an equal opportunity at getting the first pick. Initially, the lottery system did not use ping pong balls. Stern decided to use envelopes instead. They were large, white, and were all placed inside a rotating drum. Envelopes were picked one by one to determine the top 3 picks. Throughout the 80s, Stern re-engineered the league. Instead of usually marketing whole teams, Stern realized that individual players were more relatable than logos. So the push was made to market Bird and Magic, and eventually one shooting guard from Chicago, Michael Jordan. He further cleared up the NBA's drug-ridden image, as in the early 80s, there were estimates suggesting that 3/4 of the league used which scared off advertisers. The cleanups were by Stern banning All-Star Michael Ray Richardson, Chris Washburn, and later in 1995, Bryce Harpley, who failed D-tests. And again, I can't say the word. My God, you two. In 1989, Stern signed the league's arguably 3rd very major national TV contract with NBC, with coverage starting there ahead of the 1990-91 season. He added 4 new teams in 2 separate years, the Heat and the Hornets in 1988, and the Timberwolves and Magic in 1989. Stern made the league the first in sports history, again, to play regular season games outside North America. A game against the Suns and Jazz was held in Tokyo, the capital of the rising sun. As the NBA's influence truly became worldwide, especially with the help of Jordan's three-peats, in 1996, after the U.S. Women's Olympic basketball team won gold, Stern wanted to capitalize on a historic moment, founding the WNBA. He lobbied media editors and various networks to give the NBA Major League treatment, ensuring the Women's League would survive unlike later attempts at a professional women's basketball sport. The NBA once again expanded in 1995 but this time, the first ever team not in the USA got into the league, the Toronto Raptors. And for a 6-year period from 1995 to 2001, they were the Vancouver Grizzlies, but they relocated to Memphis to the disappointment of the Canadians. Stern was involved in many controversies over his 3-decade span. Examples include suspicions that the 1985 draft was rigged and that Stern bent a crease into the Knicks envelope, the infamous veto of the Chris Paul to the Lakers trade in 2011, the introduction of dress code policies in 2005, and many relocations, such as Seattle moving to OKC in 2008. For the 2000s, Stern added the one-and-done rule, requiring players to complete at least a year of college before they were declared eligible for the draft. He helped launch NBA TV and League Pass, leveraged Yamang's drafting in 2002 to make China the second biggest market of the league, and even proposed it would eventually be called the in-season tournament in 2008. Stern stepped down in 2014 for the league's current commissioner, passing away in 2020 and leaving behind quite a deep legacy. And that brings us to Adam Silver, the 5th commissioner in NBA history. Silver shifted the NBA's focus more on social justice, tech innovation, and a gambling-forward business model. One of the most notable actions Silver did, which happened only a few months into his reign, was giving Clippers owner Donald Sterling a lifetime ban due to discriminatory remarks in April of 2014. Another was creating the bubble. As the pandemic rolled out, Silver moved the league into a strictly controlled environment in Orlando's Walt Disney World, allowing the NBA to resume games mid-season. In 2020, Silver introduced the play-in tournament, and it gave teams from the 7th to 10th seeds a chance to fight for the final playoff spots, which pretty much ended the tanking race for the 8th seed. A second tournament was introduced with the NBA Cup, formerly known as the in-season tournament, in 2023. It brought European Soccer Style Cup competition to the league, featuring vibrant, specialized courts and cash prizes for players. The most recent thing we can talk about that Silver did was the signing of a massive 11-year deal media rights package that began this season. The deal included Disney, Amazon Prime Video, and NBC. While this affected our favorite analysis show inside the NBA, where it was moved away from TNT to ESPN on ABC, this deal solidified the NBA's impressive earnings. For the first time since 2002, games were being broadcasted nationally on the Peacock channel. Silver has been vocal regarding the NBA. He's someone who's open to a lot of interviews and discussion. Him talking about the league and especially its income is one of the most interesting talks you can hear in NBA circles. He's done lots of great things so far,